The amazing views at the Taj Mahal, delicious food, an interesting culture, and country with the most tigers. India has great things to offer. Did you know many great creations and inventions originate in India? Let's dive deep and look at some amazing Indian creations. Our first entry is an item you most likely have at home, the USB stick. So the founder of USB, Ajay F. Bhatt, worked for Intel as chief system technologist. One day his wife wanted to print something. This process was not easy as all devices had other cables and software. Her husband wanted to come up with a universal system to connect all kinds of devices to the computer. The idea was shown to different companies, but most tech companies weren't really thrilled. Eventually, the company he worked at, Intel, decided to give it a try. So USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. Ajay said that he created the technology not for his own financial gain, but to bring change. He's very proud that he could make such a big change in the way we use computers nowadays, with USB making computers more accessible to anyone. Even though Intel first started to incorporate the USB into their chips, it was eventually Apple, in 1998, who shipped the first computer with USB, the Mac G3. After that, Microsoft followed as well, and now we have billions of USB devices worldwide. So for that, I would just like to say, thank you, Ajay. Number 4. Shampoo. So next time you're taking a bath, think about this for a second. Shampoo actually comes from the Hindi word champoo, believe it or not, and this was derived from the Sanskrit word chapayati, which means to knead or to massage, originally used during the Mughal Empire as a head massage with different kinds of oils, herbs and fragrances. It dates back to 1762, but was most likely used from earlier on. During at least the 1500s, Indians used soap berries, hibiscus and herbs to clean their hair. In UK, shampoo became known by the Bengali entrepreneur Sheikh Deen Mohammed. He opened a spa called Mohammed's Baths in Brighton in 1821 and even became shampoo surgeon to King George IV and William IV. Well, at least now we finally know where our shampoo comes from. Number 3. Yoga. Yoga is practiced to bring your mind and body in harmony. Some form of yoga came into existence about 5,000 years ago, and it originates from northern India. Yoga was mentioned the first time in the Rig Veda. This was the first out of 4 religious texts known as the Vedas. The Rig Veda contained Indian hymns and is written in Sanskrit. It is one of the most sacred texts of Hinduism. Yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yush, which means to unite. So at some point yoga masters came to the Western world and teach their knowledge to us in the late 1800s.
To show that the very fundamentals of the activity of your brain, your chemistry, even your genetic content can be changed by practicing different systems of yoga.
It got even more attention when it was being used as an exercise. So yoga is proven to provide many positive effects on our health, such as improving flexibility and mental health, reducing anxiety, and it's also good for our posture, balance, and much more. So now we have yoga mats, yoga pants, pillows, belts, and a whole range of products being used for yoga. The yoga industry is worth over 80 billion and yoga is being practiced globally. There's even an international day for yoga, which is on June the 21st. Number 2. The amazing game of chess. So the earliest known form of chess originated in India around the 6th century. It was called Chaturanga and played on an 8x8 grid. It was actually a game for 4 players. No one knows the exact rules of Chaturanga, but it was mostly the same as our chess. Then the game moved to Persia, where the earliest recorded games were played around the 11th and 12th century. In Sanskrit, the king piece was called Raja. In Persia, Raja became Shah. Also, the concept of check and checkmate came from the Persians. From Persia, chess went to the Arab world and also spread to other parts of Asia, such as Japan and China. There it evolved into games that are similar to chess, called Shangji and Shogi. So during the 12th and 13th century, the game made it to Europe and was most popular during the late medieval and early Renaissance period. In most parts of Europe, Shah became chess and check in French. Europeans made some changes to the game, like checkered chessboards and the names of the pieces that were used. They wanted the chess pieces to resemble European figures, like knights and bishops. There were many iconic chess games. One that was interesting in particular was in 1997, when the world chess champion Kasparov played against IBM's supercomputer called Deep Blue. Kasparov eventually lost the game, as Deep Blue cleverly sacrificed one of its own pieces. This was the first time a computer beat a world champion chess. Even though chess changed so much over time, we don't forget about its origin, Chaturanga. So it's time for the holy grail of this video. Number 1, or actually number 0, the concept of zero. Some of the oldest evidence of zero brings us back about 5,000 years ago to the Sumerians in Mesopotamia. They developed the first counting system. It is widely known that the Sumerians, Mayans and Babylonians already had thought about the concept of having nothing, or zero. Also, ancient Greece had opinions that formed to the development of zero, but Indians have truly revolutionized the zero from a concept into being an actual number. The Indians developed their own number system with 9 numbers. This system was used later on by the Arabs and also set foot in Europe. The mother number 0 was mentioned by Hindu astronomer and mathematician Brahmagupta in the year 628. His symbol for number 0 was a dot underneath a number. He was the first one that used 0 as an actual number instead of just a placeholder. 0 is very important to us because without 0 there will be no algebra, no decimals, and no difference between negative and positive. As 0 is the base of binary code, we wouldn't be able to program computers if it wasn't for 0. So we hope you all enjoyed this top 5, and if you did, share this video with someone. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more great top 5 videos. See you guys soon.